This is going to represent the year you think you will die. (2072) for me. Now draw a straight line connecting them. Not all the way straight, but close enough. Now, put a dot where you currently are. Look at me. I'm halfway through my life. All of that is effing gone. I mean, gone. There's nothing I can do to get it back. It's just gone. I think about it, it kind of makes me sad a little bit, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, if I dwell on it, I get sad. But I choose not to dwell on it. I just look at this. All of that. I have to live. And guess what? Right there. You know what that is? That's tomorrow. And I get to choose what I do tomorrow. It's up to me. I can write that story. Whatever happens here, it's not up to anybody else but me. I get to decide. It's like writing a damn book, and you get to decide what's in it. And I'm gonna write a damn good story for mine about right here. That is when I plan to just stop working altogether. Everything, nothing. Maybe I'll still make videos because I love to do this for you. But I'm not going to work anymore. I'm not going to try to make money anymore. I'm going to be completely done. Maybe sooner, but that would be the absolute latest. I'll be 60 years old here in 2033. I'll be 60, and I'm just going to make sure that no matter what, I'm done by then. I do not want to work after 60, and I will not. And that decision is mine to make. And I'm committing to it, and because I'm committing to it, and because I'm disciplined, and because I'm diligent, I will make sure it happens. You see, it is my choice, and I'm going to decide. I'm going to do it. And probably that is going to be nothing but glory. Nothing but glory. And I'm going to finally see the few things I want to see in this world. I'm going to live every day. I'm going to have more animals. I'm going to live and love. Now, not that I don't live and love now. I do. But I can't live and love to the level I want to. And I'm not upset about it. I understand my expectations are realistic. I know that success requires discipline, and it requires a hell of a commitment. And because I've committed to that, and I've set my expectations correctly, my brain is solid, and I'm still happy, even though I'm still working. And you just gotta find a way to enjoy the journey. Now, I'm gonna show you a few things. When I was 16, my parents got divorced. This was a hard time for me. It was very difficult. It was a turning point in my life. The only way I can explain it is that I didn't have a home anymore because I was homesick for a home that didn't exist. I wanted my family to be together, but encouraged me. And I think he taught me, he helped me realize just how hard you have to work to get ahead. He was 28 years old at the time. By then I was probably 17. So 1989, I was 17. I became a cleaner. And I started like cleaning restaurants and businesses after hours, after they closed. Keep cleaning carpet, cleaning banks and things like that. Mainly commercial. And I hated it. I got to the point where I loved that job, and I realized it was never going to pay me enough money to make a good living. And so I had an opportunity to go to work for one of the companies we cleaned. United Technologies, where we manufactured furnaces. I worked there a couple years, but I realized that there was no way I could do it. I was going to have to. I knew I would die. I was unhappy. My brain was giving me those pain signals, telling me, "Get away, stop it." Like my brain was just like. I mean, I was getting massive pain signals, and I wanted out bad. And I did get out. This was probably 1989. This was after I graduated high school, so it was probably, I'm going to say 1992, roughly, is when it was. One of my next videos, upcoming soon, I'm going to walk through how much money I made. I probably made $8,000 this year. I probably made 25 to 35,000 as a cleaner per year. I probably made 45, 50,000 working for United Technologies. And then I realized, what I wanted to do was be in sales. And so I didn't have any experience, but I knew I could do it. I met a couple salespeople. One of the places we cleaned when I was a cleaner was a car dealership, and we would clean it after they closed. And I would watch these guys walk out of their jobs, and I knew they were happy. They were like smoking cigarettes and laughing and joking as they were leaving their jobs for the night. And I remember watching them thinking, wow, that seems like a cool job. They were wearing, nice clothes. And so yeah, that's what I did. But first, I started working sales, my first sales job. After I went through all that pain of that factory job, I said, that's it, enough's enough, I am getting out. And I just applied for a job and I got it. Rex TV. This was probably, let's just say 1995. Rex TV. I worked there a couple years, and maybe a year and a half, and I ended up meeting a guy that worked at a car dealership, and he offered me a job. Sorry, those are my dogs. So he offered me a job. It was at a Chevrolet dealership, and I liked it. But then in the next year, I moved over to a Buick dealership, primarily because the cars cost a little bit more, and I felt like, because it was mostly older people buying them, that they had more money and they were easier to get approved for financing and things like that. And I liked talking to old people a lot. I always learned stuff from old people, so I wanted to be around old people. But as I got better at sales, I worked my way up into management at that dealership, and I decided I was a finance manager, but I wanted to be a sales manager. So I started kind of putting fillers out there, and some guy told me about a Toyota store that was going out of business, but the sales manager quit, and there was was no sales manager there, so I thought, well, this is a perfect opportunity for me. So I went to work for Toyota, and I loved that job, and I started doing really good, and I was a good manager, and I started turning that store around. They decided not to sell it. It didn't go out of business. In fact, it exploded in growth, and this was my big, truly big break in life. was miserable here, working at Ponderosa. I hated life. I hated that job. And I got happy when I became a cleaner. But when I was cleaning for a long time, I got miserable again because I realized that I was never going to be the man I wanted to be unless I found something else. I knew it was a job, it was not a career. I got the job at United Technologies. I was happy right away because it was a career job. It was a union job. It had full health insurance, all the union benefits, the United Steelworkers. I felt like I had accomplished something. I had a great sense of accomplishment. But you know what? I got miserable again. I mean, unhappy. Like, completely miserable because I had finally found what I thought was my career. And I realized it was still making me miserable. I knew I would not be happy. So, I got the happy job in sales. And it did make me feel good because it did. I knew that that was the job for me. I knew I had found my passion. I had found the thing that I love to do that also was able to make money at. And that's the key to life, is you find something that you love that you can also make money at. Now, it isn't like I loved sales and I knew, like, when I grew up, like when I was a little kid, I said I wanted to be a salesman. No, I didn't know that. It's just the more I began to learn about life as I aged, I started figuring myself out. And that's what happened. But even then, I was just working a whole lot. Working way more than I wanted to make. And also, I was capped on income. I maxed out there. I did as good as I could possibly do. And I knew, again, I'd never be able to make a really good living. I would survive okay, but I wouldn't ever thrive. But then I got a happy job again at the car dealership, and I love that job. I love that job. And really, my whole time in the car business, I pretty much loved it. But it took all of me. I was working anywhere from 60 to 80 hours every single week, almost 2 full-time jobs. But you have to understand, when you go to work at 7:30 in the morning, there's nobody there. So you're playing on the computer, you're paying your bills while you're at work, and you're eating breakfast at work, and you're there. But it's not really hard work. And then when you do get a customer that walked in, you're just talking to them and like explaining the cars to them and things like that. So it was still a fun job. It was a job that you could work out all day and leave at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So literally getting there at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and leaving at like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock at night every day, Monday through Saturday, except Sunday. We were closed on Sunday in the state I live in Indiana. Car dealerships are not allowed to be open on Sunday. So my point is, and sharing all of this with you, is you might